Hey everyone, it's Raven Ashcroft. Now, I'm very sure many of you are wondering what are my creation um stories. Well, pick a pantheon and I'll tell you because there's a lot of them and they all kind of center around the same kind of thing. If you really think of it, if you look into every single mythology ever created, and you look deep enough into their creation stories, it's practically the same. Heck, even Christianity's creation story is kind of borrowed from a lot of the ideas that came before. Now, for you that are Christian, that deeply believe in what you hear and what you see and what you read, I will tell you, it's inspired by a lot of stories. And that's not a bad thing. That just means that they really understood what was going on around them and tried to integrate it into what is today. And Christianity is actually kind of a new religion. The one that began this whole entire thing off was Judaism. And Judaism is by far, it's a lot rougher. The Old Testament's a lot rougher than the New Testament. And I'll just give you like a brief understanding from myself on what it's like. Basically, Old Testament's God punish. If you piss him off, you get destroyed. He rebuilds you, but he basically tells you, well, you gotta suck it up and do your best to actually prove that you're actually good, and I might forgive you. New Testament is basically God just did a 180 and started really being super nice. And unfortunately, he's kind of like the father that just sacrificed his son for everyone's sin. I'm sorry, dude, if I was in that place to literally be told, like, oh, by the way, you're gonna die before you're like 30-something years old. Congrats. And you're gonna be nailed, and you're gonna be really in a lot of pain, and you're gonna die miserably. I'd look at that angel like they're out of their goddamn minds. But that's my opinion. You don't have to believe me. But as I said, there's a clear difference between a lot of this stuff. And the one thing I can tell you is that creationism is basically based on this. There's going to be a race that began everything off. They get cut down by a new race that takes over, and so on and so forth. Or it's basically God or goddess or whoever is in charge of this whole entire, you're going to hate me for this, but myth, as it is, creation myth, basically creates man betrays them, man gets punished, man learns a lesson, maybe, and God, goddess, whatever is in this place, just keeps a watch on them and kind of gives them a bit of like clues of how to be better. Sometimes it's basically throw you to wolves and you basically have to scratch yourself out of the situation. So there's a lot of different ways it's taken, but it all centers on one single thing. God created the world. God created the people pissed him off or her off. It gets revenge by basically stripping them of the immortality that they were going to have. people somewhat listen, somewhat don't, and the rest is history. That's the way I understand it. But that's the creation myths, all as I can explain it in the, 101 Idiot's Guide to version. So, there's going to be a lot of these videos. So, blessed be, so mo to be.